Hello, everybody. My name is Kurt. I am the owner of Your Ticket Awaits travel agency. Now, I would like to talk to you about a cruise we took to Alaska. Now, as everybody knows, Alaska is a bucket list trip for a lot of people. Now, we will talk about this trip to Alaska in just a few minutes. All right, everybody. Now, just remember, if you like these videos, give us a like, subscribe to the channel. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Now, let's talk about this trip to Alaska. Now, first thing you got to do is get to your departure port. We actually went out of Seattle, Washington. Now, when you fly in, I always recommend you fly in the day before. That way, you're not in a rush to get to the port. Now, we picked a hotel that we made sure they had a shuttle bus from the airport to their hotel. But they can set you up with a shuttle to the port the next morning. Now, the service they had provided for us, it was $20 a person to get you to the port. Now, when we got to the port and he unloaded our luggage from the van, he gave us a card with his number on it. He says, when y'all get back to Seattle, give him a call and he'll pick us up at the port and take us either to the airport or back to the hotel. We had elected to stay that night. That way we didn't have to hurry up and rush to get to the airport. So he brought us back to the hotel. Great service, very convenient, no rush, no panic. I always recommend get there the day before. And if you can, stay the day after. It's a lot less stressful. Now, when you leave out of Seattle, you travel. You can either take the inside passage or travel on the outside. Now, our first port of call was Juneau. Now, when we stopped in Juneau, we did the whale watching excursion with Gastineau guiding, and it was actually booked through the cruise ship. Now, with Gastineau guiding, it's a small tour group. There was 14 passengers was the most they would take. A lot of room, big windows on the boat. They can open the windows so you can see out. There's a back deck, front deck. There was no problem seeing any of the animals they brought you to see. We saw whales, we saw seals, we saw orcas. And at one point, the orcas got so close to the boat, my wife was actually trying to reach out and touch it. You can actually see her hand in the picture. But now, while you're in Juneau, there's a lot of options you can do as far as shore excursions. You can do dog sledding, salmon fishing, glacier viewing. They take seaplanes out, helicopter viewings. Now you can ride the tram up to the top of the mountain. There's always local shopping, local dining and cuisines. There's all kind of things to do in Juneau. Now, our next port of call was supposed to be Skagway. However, they could not get into Skagway due to the high winds. So they alternated to Icy Straight Point. And we were not disappointed with Icy Straight Point. Now, we did not have a shore excursion because we wasn't planning to go there. Now, what we did do was we walked around, shopped a little bit, but while we were walking around, uh, a group of whales, seemed to be 6 to 8 whales, just come passing by the shore. There wasn't 100 yards offshore. They were just swimming by. It was great to see. Now, in Icy Straight Point, again, there's excursions just like all the other protocols. There's whale watching. Um, you can go zip lining. There's a big zip line. There's a gondola you can ride around with uh, from one port to the other dock. One dock to the other dock. And then the gondola will take you all the way up to the top of the mountain for an extra charge. But it's free to go from one port to the other. Now, in order to do the zip lining, you have to take the gondola up. Now, there's also kayaking, fishing, hiking you can do there. But there's a lot of wildlife you can see just from the shore. We saw the whales, but we saw several eagles. We also saw a seal just from shore. We didn't have an excursion. Now, the next thing we did was we toured the Endicott Fjord along with Hubbard Glacier. Now, the boat traveled through the fjord up to a certain point. Now, at that point, you can see the glacier, but at a distance. Now, what we did was we took an excursion. It's a smaller boat, but a big upper deck, and down below you can still see out the windows. They took you right up to the glacier, very close. Lots of icebergs, seals was everywhere. We saw mountain goats. And then the calving, big chunks of ice breaking off the glacier. You can hear it pop, you can watch it fall. And coming back through, we saw whale, we saw bears, and then they take you back to the boat, and then you move on from there. But it's a beautiful scenic tour through Endicott Fjord. Now, the next port of call we went to was Ketchikan. Now, we didn't have any excursions in Ketchikan, but there's a lot of things to do in Ketchikan also. You can just walk around. There is a lumberjack show. And again, the shore excursions, you had native village tours. They take you around, show you all the totem poles that are out there. There's a Bering crab sea fishing tour. You can salmon fish, you can halibut fish. There's all kind of fishing opportunities. Again, seaplanes, helicopters. Now, with a lot of the tours out of Ketchikan, a lot of them have crab feast, they call it, or salmon bakes and all like that. There's a lot of food opportunities in Ketchikan. There's a lot of good food that way. Now, our next thing was we went to Victoria, Canada. Now, Victoria is a short stay. It's only 3 or 4 hours. You get there late in the evening. But there are a lot of opportunities to tour the town of Victoria. There's a horse-drawn tram that'll take you around town. There's guided tours around the gardens and walk around town and everything like that. But you've only got 3 or 4 hours, so you kind of got to watch your excursions there and keep an eye on your time. The main thing, you don't want to miss the boat. And then once you leave Victoria, your next stop is back at Seattle. And again, when we got back to Seattle, we went back to the hotel and had our room already booked. So the next day, that hotel also shuttled us to the airport. So everything was not as stressful because we had the hotels before and after. So if Alaska is a cruise you would like to take or anything like that, get with us here at Your Ticket Awaits Travel Agency. We can help you get through. We can help you, tell you what you got to pack, show you what you need, and help you out. Now, just remember one thing. Your vacation is just a ticket away.